Despite the many challenges confronting the continent, the outgoing chair of the AU Commission, Dr. Dlamini-Zuma, is optimistic of Africa's prospects. The AU Commission is preparing to elect new officers, and Ghana's former Deputy Foreign Minister and President of the ECOWAS Commission, Ambassador Thomas Kwesi Quartey, is a candidate for the position of Deputy Chairperson of the AU Commission. He was nominated by former President John Mahama and endorsed by President Akufo Addo. He was in our studios earlier today and spoke about the situation in the Gambia.
Gambia is a pretty kettle of fish. It's the problem that everyone had hoped to not arise. Against the background of a very successful election held in Ghana, and the good news which came out of the successful transition, the graceful concession, and the equally graceful acceptance by the current president, the smooth transition, Africa was beginning to look up and proud. And then out of the blue comes Gambia, which is very bad news. And we are confronted with the potential of a military confrontation. But we think that we have to look at it extremely carefully. So far, the ECOWAS, the AU, and the whole international community is on tenterhooks. I'm told that troops have massed along the borders of the Gambia, seeking to invade the Gambia and probably effect the installation of the new president. I hope that the matter has been taken to the UN Security Council, because according to the Charter of the UN, it's only the UN Security Council which has a unique legitimacy to whether you want to invade another country, because in spite of all that we hear about responsibility to protect, the international community still hinges on the principle of sovereignty of nations, and that you cannot infringe any country's sovereignty for just any reason. In my view, no matter how critical you think the situation is in Gambia, that threshold is still yet to be attained. And if the international community is not careful, you might find a situation where the purported cure might be worse than the disease. Being in the AU in Addis Ababa, we have what we call the Committee of Ambassadors. And all African issues, genocide, Yahya Jammeh, elections, whatever, start in the Permanent Representatives Committee. The matters are discussed there and then passed on to the Ministerial Council, who examine it further and pass it on to the Assembly of Heads of State, which is the ultimate authority. So fashionable it might be to call the AU a talking shop, but if we didn't have the AU, we would have had to invent one. The AU at this moment is concerned with the business of Yahya Jammeh and many others, Central Africa, democracy, human rights. Might be a